Next, we have Shebani Kulkarni. Shebani Kulkarni is the founder and CEO of eQuest Global Group and co-founder of Durishti and the Meadows Club. She has been a popular host of television shows and national international fashion shows, music concerts, beauty pageants, dance contests over the past 20 years. She is a strong advocate for women empowerment and holistic health and is a certified trainer in yoga, Catholic dance, modeling, etiquette, grooming, leadership, and cross-cultural skills. Her passion is performing arts, inspired to give her, and she was inspired to give up her successful career years in the financial industry to launch her own company, Durishti, in 2001. Please join me in welcoming Shebani Kulkarni.
Thank you, Nakia. Good afternoon, ladies. How are you all doing today? Woohoo! What an amazing group of women. And hats off to Maria and the Skinless Project team for putting this together. This is amazing. We really should have more of this going on, isn't it? So wonderful. Let's hear it for all of you and every person that's walked into this room from this morning. You're all amazing women. All of you make a difference. And I'd like to start by saying I'm truly honored for sharing the stage with such extraordinary women, women who've discovered their purpose and are living their passion. And purpose is really what we're all about. That is the reason for our journey. Passion is the fire which leads the way. So when we live a life of passion, we are truly alive. But how do we find our passion? We find and discover the passion within us, within the silence of our soul, when we connect within. That's how we discover our true calling. And once you discover your life's calling, don't be surprised to find that it's very much connected to what you're already passionate about. So it's a catch-22. Your purpose and passion really go hand in hand. For me, the path of discovery started at a very young age. My mom actually is my role model. She was the first lady to set up a finishing school in India in the 60s. And she was also a famous Kathak dancer. She had a master's in music and dance. And she also was a very popular and very renowned fashion designer in India at that time. She used to choreograph fashion shows and train models and movie stars. And of course, I was her youngest model, 3 years old. I remember strutting up and down the ramp. And also her youngest Kathak dancer, which was pretty scary. I was 3 years old and I had my solo stage performance. But she was a huge inspiration. She was the woman who lived her passion every single day, every minute of her life. She was unstoppable. There was nothing that was impossible for my mom. And what I learned from her was to never say die and to always reach for excellence. And you know, it's just, she raised 3 children. It's not that she just had this career that she could focus on. She had 3 careers and 3 kids. And she did it all excellently. She gave us the best education, and she made sure we had all of the exposure to all kinds of fine arts and all kinds of performing arts. So we had private tutors to teach us everything at home. And we still had vacations every 3 months. I don't know how they pulled that off, but you know, we just had such a great life, such a well-balanced life. And thanks to her and my dad for being so supportive of her. He was also an entrepreneur. He was a lawyer by profession with his own private practice, but the gentlest, kindest soul that I've ever known. I think both of them are true role models for me. And I remember when I was just a little girl, I thought, someday I'm going to grow up and have the courage to follow my dreams, just like they did. So when I came to the US, I was still just a young teenager, and my background, my education was in finance, and I pursued my career in financial industry for about 13 years. I mean, just very different from the artistic side. I think it was kind of almost like a whole different person. But You know, I have to say, although I excelled in what I did, because that's the only way I knew how to do anything, you know, with my mom backing me and everything, something was amiss. I just felt no matter how much success, money, prestige, fame, the corporate world would offer me, there was a part of me that was unfulfilled. There was the creative side of me that just felt like it wasn't fulfilled, wasn't satisfied, and I just had to find an expression of that. So of course, I took every opportunity I could to choreograph fashion shows, participate and train models for beauty pageants, choreograph dance concerts, and I would host a lot of events for media and for other local organizations, and that gave me so much joy. I could do that endlessly and just never be tired. And of course, my yoga helped to keep me centered. You know, you always have to have the balance going. So I had my yoga to keep me calm and centered, and the dance to keep me all charged up. And I also had an opportunity to actually host and direct a TV program, which was probably my realization about how much I wanted to connect with people and how I enjoyed hearing the inspiring life stories of all these great celebrities and people that have made a difference. And some part of me just felt so much of a fulfillment in being able to interview these people and present them on TV and present them to the world. It was just a great experience. So I was fortunate to have had all that going on while I was still in banking, doing a full-time job. And then, of course, soon after I had my little girl, baby girl, and so I was juggling being a mommy and banking and running a TV show and the dance and everything else. But honestly, I think I had discovered by then that the extracurricular activities were fulfilling me much more than my actual job. And even though I had an opportunity to set up a mortgage company from ground up, and you know, that was a little unusual for an Asian Indian girl to set up a mortgage company, you know, with all, it's such a really a male-dominated kind of a culture. And I had to hire all these loan officers, train them, set up the processing, set up the banks. It was quite a challenge. I loved the challenge, but I have to say, I realized right then and there that at some point I'm going to have to just break free from all this if I want to do where my heart, you know, follow my heart and do what I truly am here to do. So finally, it actually took me 13 years of being in the financial industry before I said, enough is enough, and it's time to take the plunge. And I have to actually give credit to my husband for that, because he is also fiercely passionate about music and performing arts, just like me. And he encouraged me to take that plunge, and he took the plunge right there with me. That was scary. Two of us just walked away from a nice paycheck, a very secure corporate job that we had, you know, really established with a lot of hard work and effort, and with a little child at home, and a big mortgage payment too. But you know, you have to do what you have to do when it's coming from your heart. And that's something that I learned is, unless you put all of you into what you love, you just won't be completely fulfilled. I can tell you that because I'm a master juggler. I think I can do a lot of things really well all at the same time, but you have to really pick the one thing that is closest to your heart, and it'll come. It'll come to you when you connect within and discover what is it that makes you smile, what is it you would do even if you didn't have to get paid for it, or if you didn't even get a moment of sleep. Could you still be energized about this? Could you still keep going? Then you know you're on the right track. So Madan and I set up a company called Drishti in 2001, and it's all about promoting performing artists. We wanted to really make a difference and bring an awareness about performing arts, not just to, you know, the people that are living away from India and Asia and different countries, but also for our little ones that are growing up here with no knowledge of this. So it was just super, super exciting, that journey of, you know, getting to meet people from different backgrounds, amazing musicians coming together, collaborating, and creating these magical memories. I think that that journey itself was so fulfilling that it's kind of like, I don't even know how we got through that hump when we tried to set up the business, because the joy of doing what we were doing overcame the obstacles that we had to deal with in setting up a new business. And now we've done at least 150 shows, and it's not just here, but in different parts of the US and in India. And it's not just music, it's dance, theater, fashion, a lot of cool stuff. So Drishti gave us that courage to kind of follow our dreams. But then soon after, we realized that we really want to do more of this, and we want to do it even better. So we would need to create our own venue that would offer the best ambiance and audiovisual systems and food and service that we feel these artists deserve, you know, coming from different countries. So now we looked for a place where we could set up a venue for them, and the Meadows Club was formed. The Meadows Club is a convention center and banquet facility that we built 5 years ago in Rolling Meadows. And really, it was more for having a home for baby Drishti, really, that we created the Meadows Club. But it turned out to be the best thing we did, because that's really what the need of the communities in Chicago was. Chicago being this melting pot of diverse cultures, it was a perfect place to host all kinds of cultural events, all kinds of neat social and corporate and political events. And it's ironic how one thing leads to another. So it's through Drishti that we created Meadows Club, and it's really through Meadows Club that eQuest was born too. And that's because as I met all these amazing people along the way, through all of these great collaborative ventures, I just found that there was a common thread. I saw that in people, and I just had this strong urge, the strong need to kind of want to connect people, help them to help each other see the best that they could within themselves and each other, and really kind of, you know, assist each other to reach a fullest potential. So this urge just was so strong that one fine day I just said I'm going to do it, and I had no clue what I was going to do. I just set up a company, called it eQuest Global Group, because I knew it's global, it's about different cultures. The E in eQuest was about empowering excellence, because that's what I grew up with. So eQuest was formed, and trust me, when your intention is strong and the cause is beyond yourself, the universe just aligns itself with your intention. Literally, I mean, out of the woodwork, all these amazing people showed up in my life, offering their time, offering me ideas, literally spoon-feeding me, I should say. I have been so blessed in the past year and a half since eQuest has been formed to have made the best of friends who are more like family to me now, women that have lived probably in the same neighborhood even for years, who I'd never have met had it not been for this common mission that we had. And some of them you've met today. One is sitting right here. That's Amy and Jill. And you'll be meeting Jackie too. She's our keynote speaker. And of course, Maria. And so these ladies have been instrumental in shaping these events to collaborate and bring and empower not just women, but cultures, people from all kinds of backgrounds to really be the best that they can be. So I do want to say that we as a team can do a lot more than one person can do on their own. And you know, everything that I've come across in the process of my life has been leading me to believe that collaboration is the way to go, that